Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I am going to explain method of variation of parameters. So you need to follow few steps to solve the differential equation. Now given will be in the form a d square y upon dx square plus b dy by dx plus cy is equal to f of x. Now the first step is instead of d square upon dx square you need to write capital D. Here dy by dx you have to write a d. Fine. Now in this second step you have to take y as a common. So in the third step you have to remove this y. Okay, fine. For the roots auxiliary equation in place of d you need to write a m. Okay, here also you need to write a m. You have to factorize this. Okay, or else you have to use quadratic equation. Here you can see quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and you have to find x, that is nothing but roots. You have to find the value of x, whether the x value is only one real root or real and different roots or real and equal roots or it is imaginary, depends upon this x. Assume that if you get only one real root, then the corresponding solution will be y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x, m1, because it is only one root. If the roots are real and different, it means you have got two roots, m1 and m2, then the solution will be y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x, because there are two roots. Assume that if you get x value for the real and equal roots, it means m1 is equal to m2, then the solution will be y is equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to m1x, because both are equal. If you get imaginary roots in terms of I, okay, then the solution will be y is equal to e raised to ax c1 cos bx plus c2 sin bx. Now I is a root of a minus 1. These things you should know to solve method of variation of a parameters. Now the solution is y is equal to cf plus pi. Now to solve method of variation of parameters, the solution is y is equal to cf plus pi. Cf means complementary function. So this cf depend upon this table. Why it depends? Because root of auxiliary equation. Okay, so x, what value we are getting, it depend upon this table and the corresponding part of the solution. Fine. Now pi, particular integral, is equal to u y1 plus v y2. Now what is the formula for u? U is equal to minus integration of y2 f of x divided by w into dx. Okay, v is equal to integration of y1 f of x divided by w dx. Now what is w? It is a determinant of y1, y2, y dash 1 and y2 dash. Now if you cross multiply this y1 y2 dash minus y2 into y1 dash. This is how you need to solve. Once you understand this perfectly, all the sums easily you can solve. Now first sum, y double dash plus y is equal to tan x. Okay, so y double dash I have written a d square plus, since it is only y, so I have written 1, y is equal to tan x. So replace d by m, that is auxiliary equation. So m square plus 1 is equal to 0. So whenever it is auxiliary equation, you should write it as a 0. Now take this plus 1 on the right hand side, it will become minus 1. Now take this square on the right hand side, it will become square root. So I have told you square root of minus 1 is a I. So I will write it as a plus or minus I. So this is called as imaginary root. That's what I was explaining. Fine. So this is an imaginary. So this will become a plus ib. So for a complementary function cf, y is equal to, I must write this as a solution, e raised to ax c1 b cos bx plus c2 sin bx. Are you understanding? Now what is a from here? A is 0, so I have written 0 here. Now what is b? B is a coefficient is only 1, so I have written cos x, and here also sin x. Now y is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2. Now what will become y1? It will become cos x. Now what is y2? It will become sin x. Now y1 dash. So differentiation of cos is minus sine. Okay. Now differentiation of sine is cos. Fine. Now what is W? W is equal to y1 y2 dash. So y1 is here, y2 dash is here. Cos into cos, cos square I have written here, minus y2 into y1 dash. y2 is here, y1 dash is here. Sine into sine, sine square. This minus will become plus. So cos square plus sine square is 1. So we have got W also. Now Pi is equal to u into y1 plus v into y2. Now what is u formula? Minus integration of y2 f of x divided by w into dx. Minus what is y2 from here? It is sin x. F of x from the question, given question, it is tan x. And what is w from here? It is 1 dx. What is tan x? Sin by cos. Sin into sin, sin square. What is there in the denominator? Cos. Fine. Now sin square can be written as 1 minus cos square x. Okay. Now I am going to separate this. So if I separate 1 divided by cos minus cos square upon cos. So what is 1 by cos? It is secant x minus this cos and this get cancelled. You are remained with only cos x. Fine. Integration of secant x is log sec x plus tan x minus integration of cos is sin x. So this is the value of u. Now let's move on to v. Now v formula is integration of y1 cos f of x divided by w into dx. So what is y1? It is cos x into what is f of x? It is in the given tan x. W we have found out as a 1 dx. Now cos x, tan x can be written as sin by cos. Cos and cos get cancelled. So what is remaining? Only sin. Integration of sin x dx is minus cos. So what we have got now? V. Fine. Now Pi is equal to, the formula is u y1 plus v y2. Now u already we have found out, it is minus log of secant x plus tan x minus sin x. Y1 value is cos x plus what is v? Just now we have got minus cos x. And what is the value of y2? It is sin x. Now you should substitute in the solution. Y is equal to Cf plus Pi. Y is equal to Cf value we have already found out. C1 cos x plus C2 sin x minus Pi value just now we have got. So write it here. This completes your entire first question. Let's move on to the second question. Now second question. Y double dash minus 3y dash plus 2y is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to minus x. So y double dash, so I have written d square minus 3 y dash means d plus 2 into y is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to minus x. Now auxiliary equation we need to write m square minus 3m plus 2. This. Fine. This is nothing but a quadratic equation from here. You don't need to solve every time like this. There is a trick. Okay. So 1 2 is how much? 2. 1 plus 2 is how much? 3. But we need minus 3. So what I am going to do here? Minus minus. Fine. So minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. Minus into minus is plus. 1 2 is 2. So m1 value, if it is minus, write plus. So here also m2 value, if it is minus, write a plus. You should write always reverse of that. Fine. Now there are two roots. Two roots means in this it is this one for real and different. Okay, there are two roots, m1 and m2. So what should I write the solution? Y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x. So I'll write here Cf. Y is equal to c1 e raised to m1x plus c2 e raised to m2x. Now in place of m1 I am going to write e raised to 1x plus c2. In place of m2 I am going to write like this. So y is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2. Fine. Now what is y1? So it is e raised to 1x. Now what is y2? It is e raised to 2x. If you differentiate y1, so it will become y1 dash. So this will become e raised to x itself. That is Now if you differentiate this, so you will get 2 into e raised to 2x. Fine. Now w is equal to y1 y2 dash minus y2 y1 dash. You can see here y1 is here, y2 dash is here, and y2 is here, y1 dash is here. So what I have to do? E raised to 1x, 2 into e raised to 2x. So I have multiplied this. So what I get? 2 e raised to 2 plus 1 is e raised to 3x minus, now y2 is e raised to 2x, I have written here, y1 dash is e raised to x, I have written here. If you multiply this, you will get e raised to 3x. Fine. Now I am going to take common, not common, so 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So w will become e raised to 3x. Fine. So next, pi is equal to u y1 plus v y2. Now what is the formula for u? It is minus integration of y2 f of x dx divided by w. So I'll write here minus. What is y2? It is e raised to 2x. What is w? E raised to 3x. Now what is f? F of x is given in the given equation. It is 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to minus x into dx. Fine. Now I have substituted y2 value, f of x and w. Now this is e raised to 3x. When it goes to numerator, it will become minus. So 2 minus 3 is what? It is minus 1. So I have to write e raised to minus x in the numerator, and this is there in the denominator. Fine. Now there is a formula, integration of f dash of x divided by f of x dx is equal to log of f of x. So this integration of this whole term will become log of denominator, that is log of 1 plus e raised to minus x. Since there is a minus here, so it is minus. So what did I find out now? I have found out u. Fine. So let's find out the v now. Now we have to find v. So v is equal to integration of y1 f of x divided by w dx. Now what is y1? It is e raised to x. Now what is w? E raised to 3x. Now what is f of x? It is in the given 1 divided by 1 plus e raised to minus x dx. Now as I have told you, when this 3 in the denominator goes to numerator, it will become minus. So what is 1 minus 3? 1 minus 3 is minus 2x. So e raised to minus 2x. Fine. Now this you have to write as it is. Since it is minus 2x, I have written e raised to minus x and e raised to minus x. That is nothing but minus 1 is nothing but minus 2. Fine. I have separated that. Now in the finding u, I have already solved e raised to minus x divided by 1 plus e raised to minus x. That is log 1 plus e raised to minus x. Now this extra e raised to minus x, fine. So if you differentiate that, you will get minus e raised to minus x. So finally v is equal to log of 1 plus e raised to minus x minus e raised to minus x. Now what is pi? Formula, that is u into y1 plus v into y2. So u is log 1 plus e raised to minus x, y1 is e raised to x, plus v is log of 1 plus e raised to minus x minus e raised to minus x from here. And what is y2? It is e raised to 2x. Now final solution, that is y is equal to cf plus pi. Cf is c1 e raised to x plus c2 e raised to 2x plus pi is here. So I have written. This completes your second answer. Now third question. Y double dash minus 2y dash plus y is equal to e raised to x log x. So I am going to write d square minus 2d plus 1 into y is equal to e raised to x log x. Now in the form of auxiliary equation, I must write m square minus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation form. As I have told you, every time you should not use this. I have one more trick for this. Now 1 ones are 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. But there is a minus 2. So I will write minus 1 minus 1. So minus 1 is minus 2. Minus into minus is plus. 1 ones are 1. Fine. So m1, as I have told you, if it is minus, then write plus. If this is minus, then write plus. Fine. Now you can see there are two roots. Now both are equal. So in this table you just see where it matches. So for real and equal roots, m1 is equal to m2. Yes, m1 is equal to m2. So I must write the solution y is equal to c1 plus c2x into e raised to m1x. Fine. So for CF, I must write this one. That is c1 plus c2x e raised to m1x. Fine. So c1 plus c2x, in place of m1 I must write 1x. Fine. Multiply this inside. c1 e raised to x plus c2 x into e raised to x. Now this can be written as c1 y1 plus c2 y2. From CF, I'll get y1 is equal to e raised to x and y2 is equal to x e raised to x. Now if I differentiate this, I'll get the same thing, e raised to x. But if I differentiate this, I have to differentiate by product rule. You might be knowing this product rule. So first keep x as it is, differentiate this, you will get e raised to x, plus keep this as it is, e raised to x, d by dx of x is 1. So you will get this much. Now what is w? W means y1 into y2 dash cross multiply minus y1 dash into y2 cross multiply. Fine. So what I am going to write here? E raised to x into x e raised to x plus e raised to x minus this into this e raised to x x e raised to x. Now I'll multiply this. So it will become e raised to 2x plus e raised to 2x minus x. So if you multiply, you will get e raised to 2x. You can see minus plus get cancelled. So e raised to 2x. We have got w now. Now next what we have to find out? Pi. What is pi? U into y1 plus v into y2. Now what is u? U means minus integration of y2 f of x upon w into dx minus what is y2? It is x e raised to x. Now what is w? E raised to 2x. Now what is f of x? It is in the given. Now f of x is e raised to x log x dx. Fine. So e raised to x, e raised to x. There are 2 in the numerator. Here also there are 2 in the denominator. So what is remaining? Minus integration x log x dx. Now minus integration of x log x dx we have got. Fine. There is a formula to solve this. Integrating by parts. The formula is integration of u v dx is u integration of v dx minus integration of du by dx integration of v dx into dx. This was there in PUC second year. Fine. So I have interchanged this and I have written log x into x. But the question is why? Because there is no formula for integration of log x. There is a differentiation of log x. So whenever you get x log x or any log x term, then you should write first log x, then that term. Right? Now in place of u, I am going to substitute log x. In place of v, I am going to substitute x. Here also d by dx of log x. Here in place of v, I have substituted x. Now log x, right as it is, integration of x is x square upon 2 minus d by dx of log x is 1 upon x. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Fine. This x and this x get cancelled. So 1 upon 2 is constant. Integration of x is remaining. Integration of x is x square upon 2. Fine. So this is a u value. That is minus log x x square upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 x square upon 2. Let's find v. Now let's find v. V is equal to integration of y1 f of x divided by d w into dx. Now what is y1? E raised to x. What is f of x? It is e raised to x log x from the given question. What is w? It is e raised to 2x. Now e raised to x, e raised to x. There are 2 and denominator also cancels. So what is remaining? Integration of a log x dx. But as I have told you, there is no formula for integration of log x. So we need to use the product integrating by parts formula. That is integration of uv dx is equal to u integration of v dx minus integration of du by dx integration of v dx into dx. Now instead of log x, I am going to write log x into 1. Now log x can be written as a u and 1 can be written as a v. So in place of u, write log x. In place of a v, write 1. Now in place of a u, write log x. In place of a v, write 1. So integration of 1 is x. D by dx of log x is 1 by x. Integration of 1 is x. Fine. Now this get cancelled. So what is integration of 1? It is x. So this is v. So pi is equal to u y1 plus v y2, as we know the formula. What is u? Just now we have found out, it is minus log of x square upon 2 minus 1 upon 2 x square upon 2 y1 is e raised to x plus v value is this x log x minus x. What is y2? It is e raised x into e raised to x. Now final solution will be CF plus PI. CF is a C1 e raised to x plus C2 x e raised to x minus PI is this. Fine.